Right out the gate, we've got a repeat DWI offender. Not just one, not two, but enough to put him in the felony category. And now add a child passenger into the mix? That's a legal nightmare. Judges hate this combination. It screams danger to the public.
We call 17-27329, the state of Texas versus Lewis E. Hebert, or do you say Hebert?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. You were here with Mr. Johns, your attorney and the state's attorney. As you know, you are on probation for a DWI, a third-degree felony of DWI, because you committed a driving while intoxicated offense, and you got some prior convictions here of DWIs, 2 or more, put you into the felony category. And then it's bad enough that's happening. We've got a allegation that there was a child passenger in the car with you, which it's not, you're not only putting you and others on the roadway in jeopardy, but now a child. That's not a good thing. Okay, so this, you're convicted in 2018
He's been on
of the third-degree felony, so you've been on probation since 2018. Then there's this motion filed in last month that alleges failing to report.
Listen carefully here. Probation is basically a deal. You stay clean, follow the rules, and you avoid prison. But when the probation officer says you skipped check-ins, drank alcohol, and dodged a SCRAM device, that's like breaking every condition of the deal at once.
To the probation office in September, October, providing a urine sample in September, which showed the presence of alcohol, admitting to using alcohol, failing to get a SCRAM device as directed by the court, which is how we make sure that there's a second level of protection here for everybody, because you made a promise, and your promises that you made are subject to revocation of probation. So we have that one, that's first layer, and that's what all probationers promise. They sign, I won't commit another crime. I will follow the conditions of probation. That's the first level of protection. Then the next level is making sure that you have some kind of a device that checks you, so that when you're not at the probation office dealing with the probation officer in person, when you're in the community, we've got a backup plan, which this says you weren't using as required, because your word's supposed to be good enough.
Yes, sir.
And when your word is not believable anymore, then we take actions, because the people are at risk. If you feel like you're not going to take care of yourself, if you're not going to take care of yourself responsibly, you're manifesting a lackadaisical attitude toward everybody else.
The judge makes a powerful point. A car is a 4,000-pound missile when driven drunk. And this isn't just drama. It's the cold legal truth. Courts see intoxicated driving as a ticking time bomb, and probation is designed to defuse it before someone gets killed.
And when you drive a vehicle, it's a 4,000-pound missile, which has to be driven responsibly.
Yes, sir.
Too often we have tragedy in this room from people who have been involved in fatal or serious accidents where people are killed or injured because they were intoxicated and operating a 4,000-pound missile. We have to trust each other out there.
Right.
That everyone is going to be not only following the rules to protect them for their own well-being, but they care enough about their fellow man that they're going to be responsible to doing the right thing so other people are not put at risk from our behavior. This motion is not a good thing. It alleges you don't really care.
Oh, I do.
I don't care what you say. You can say all day long. Everybody comes in and says, I'm not guilty. But you'd be surprised how many people are found guilty in this room. But failing to report, you either did it or didn't. A urine sample either had alcohol in it or didn't. That's science. You admit it using alcohol, in fact, to the officer. And then the device that we order, if you fail to have it, I can't trust you.
I have it.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Judge, if I may, he was ordered to get the SCRAM device. Mr. Hebert was put on probation back in 2018. He's worked consistently, kept a good job. He's been in the program. He hadn't committed any other crimes that he's been convicted of. He was working at Panera Bread at this time, making $400 every 2 weeks. And he told the officer that he couldn't just afford the SCRAM at that moment. He also went to his bank and tried to borrow money to get the money to the SCRAM unit. I think he got the SCRAM unit in November the 1st, is that right?
Yeah, when I got my new job.
Okay, and where were you working in your new job?
Right downstairs in the bakery, down in the courthouse.
He works down at, he was working at the courthouse at the every day.
At the Planet Ham Cafe.
Yeah.
Rachel Lopez?
She's not here in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Yeah.
We can reach her by phone if that's you want to do.
We might need her.
You want to give
Is she able to run over real quick?
I can see.
Could you see?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But he has the SCRAM device on him right now. He's had it for 2 months. And
2.5.
2.5 months. And I think that was the big issue, that he didn't have the
They're
SCRAM
all,
device. I know they're all
of them
all
are
of them
important. Because we have to have backup plans to ensure tragedy doesn't occur.
Well, yeah. But
I mean, you can have a SCRAM device and still be intoxicated somehow.
Sure.
That doesn't, that's supposed to deter the use. But alcohol is forbidden.
Mhm.
Forbidden. I'm with you. Let me look at this probation house again.
He'll be here shortly, Your Honor.
Thank you. What was the results of was there an intoxilizer or something now?
No, sir, because he was
Because he
incoherent.
apparently passed out
His
at the scene.
either his mother or the mother of the child showed up. I forget which one. His mother showed up and told him he's been smoking wet. So
Good role modeling for the child using drugs. Good role modeling for the child. I'm facetious. Do you have a child in the house, do you?
I got 3 girls
Three
right now.
children in the house?
And here's the jaw dropper. The defendant admits to using wet, slang for PCP-laced cigarettes. Judges don't play around with this. In the legal world, that's not just a red flag. It's a flashing siren that screams, public danger.
And you're using
No,
drugs?
This was 8 years ago.
I don't care when it was. Did you have 3 children in the house 8 years ago?
No, I had my one job.
Did you have 1 child in the house 3 years ago?
Yeah.
1 or a million? It doesn't matter. You got a responsibility not only to yourself, but more importantly to role model for children.
Yeah, I take care of my children and I role model for them and they love me.
I'm sorry, sir. You're standing in front of me charged with a felony offense. That you pleaded guilty to. That's role modeling? Come on. Your behavior, it's not, oh, I'm doing okay. You're not, you need to be crime free. Not, yeah, sometimes, but most of the time I'm good. Nah. No. I have my own personal experience. I in the district championship for the half mile. I led it until the last 20 yards. I didn't get first place because I led it most of the time. You understand? It's 100% from the beginning to the end. It's the way it works. Life is like a race. And until you die, you're in the race, you're competing, you want to get to the finish line successfully. You need to do better than this. I want Miss Lopez here to get a grip on this, because when we're talking about operating motor vehicles irresponsibly and interrupting the court when you're not supposed to be, I'm not going to let you free amongst the people if I don't believe you can assure me that you're going to act responsibly, because you assured me you were going to do it when we put you on probation in 2018. And here, I'm curious about failing to report. I want to know what that's all about. That's if you don't report to probation as you're supposed to, you're not on probation. Probation is supervision. And if we don't see you in person as you're required regularly, then you're not on probation anymore. You're not on probation. You're on your own probation. And that's not the way it works.
Your Honor, he called in and tried to advise him that he couldn't, he was at work and couldn't get off at that point in time for that one occasion. He was already.
How often are you supposed to report? Every 2 weeks?
Every month.
Once every month?
Yeah, I had got a new job, and that's why I couldn't go report.
Well, this doesn't make any sense. It says you didn't report on October 16th, 2024 and October 28th, 2024. That's 12 days apart. How can that be? How can you violate a condition of probation twice, and you're saying you only are required to report once?
Because she had put me for the 16th. That was a day, but I didn't know the courthouse was going to be closed over the holidays, so I had to work at the other location of Honeybee-Ham, and that's why I couldn't. She rescheduled me for the 24th, but I had called her and said I had to work on the 24th, but she said she was going to be out the office on
28th.
Yeah,
so 28th. She registered from the 16th to the 28th.
Right, and I tried to get her to like reschedule me like a week later, but she said she was going to be out the office because she was going to be.
Okay, why couldn't you report on the 28th?
Because I didn't know the courthouse was going to be closed.
Wait. What about October 16th?
That's when I was originally had got the job, a new job. That's why I couldn't report on the 16th, because I was working.
Well, we try to work around work,
That's why I was asking.
But you got to figure it out like everybody else does.
It just kind of
where were you working? Where? Here? In this downstairs?
Yeah.
Well, the probation office is a block away or two. It's a block or two away. You can't work that out?
Yeah.
I'm on my way to work right now at the courthouse. I mean, it's not like you're in. You got to report here, but you're working in Port Arthur.
Was to go report after I leave, but I didn't know they was gonna be closing this courthouse for a week. I mean, it was around.
Okay, so why didn't you? And so you rushed over there and met her on that day then, because if we're closed here, probation office can be open.
Yeah,
but they're going to let you. They're not going to assign you on a day to report when it's a holiday. It's just we don't do that.
I don't know how they
she doesn't do that way. And that's a holiday. If we're closed, how can you report? You can't be held accountable for that. That's not your.
I tried to talk to my probation officer.
Look, this thing works just like a train station.
Mhm.
If you're not on the train, it leaves on time. But it works, and it works efficiently. And I hear one excuse after another. And when we get to the bottom of it, almost every time, 99.99% of the time, it's the probationer's fault, not the probation office. They're very accommodating. We bend over backwards to try this. We got a 90+% success rate. That's national average is 75, I think. We've got 90. You think that's because we're not efficient in what we do? No, it's because it works smoothly.
Yeah, it rescheduled me before. I mean, she didn't want to do it a second time. And then I was seeing that after that.
At the end of the day, there's probation, bond conditions, and probation. We don't have to do that. You can just go serve your time in prison. It's a way of you've been found guilty that there is enough evidence that here you've been found guilty. Go to prison. No, we have fixed a way, humanitarian, to try to help people fix their mistakes. But you've got 1 foot in prison.
The judge lays it out bluntly. Probation isn't a free pass. There's 1 foot in prison, 1 foot out. Slip up, and the system won't hesitate to yank you fully into a cell. This is the razor's edge balance probationers live on.
To keep the other foot out, you got to do your part. You got to do the heavy lifting. We don't carry you across the finish line. You got to run across on your own. Understand?
Yes, sir. That's why I got
this. And failure is not an option.
Right.
Oh, there is an option. It's prison. But if you want to stay out, failure is not an option. And you've got to make sure, like all the other probationers. We got thousands. And we don't have much in the way of problem. Well, when she gets here, you'll find out her side of the story.
Okay. What was that? Was
He's here's the problem. We've got a SCRAM device going, but we also have alcohol issues. He's got alcohol problem and drug problems.
Yes, sir.
What
And
do you know about that?
This testing after this is after he completed the JCDI program. So
he failed the test after that?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's like 8 months, 9 months.
I don't care what it is. It's not stay away from drugs, as long as you can. No, it's stay away from the drugs, period. End of ballgame, period.
Yeah.
You don't get free ones. This is supposed to be forever. Even when you're not on probation, you shouldn't be using drugs illegally. Or do you have a different thought than that?
No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And then wet, you're using that. Yeah. Okay. What are you dipping your cigar in?
I ain't dipping.
Meth?
No, I'm not dipping.
What is it? It's a dip. I know what wet is, but you're dipping something into a fluid. What is the fluid? You can't even answer, can you? You don't want to answer, do you? Because we got you. That's all you had to say was wet. We all know what that means. It's catastrophic. It's strictly illegal. It's the worst stuff you can do. Then you dip it in cigarette or cigar, is what people use, cigars, and then you smoke it. And it's bad stuff. There's nothing good about it. You know it. What's me?
Huh? Maybe. Let's make it fun. Jazz in this. Oh, yeah.
And I guess
She'll be here any second, Your Honor.
any second.
Any second. Okay.
I was bragging about how close y'all are. And then an hour later, she's.
Well, she's not walking, she's driving, but they longer.
Yeah.
What is she taking a plane?
I don't know.
It's like the parking's hard out and parking hard to park on Wednesday. Yeah, he doesn't drive. He's signed
I know it's not. If he's able to drive and he has a driver's
he does
license,
not have a driver's
the point is that's how
I know.
we can't use his word.
Sure.
You know, we've got to have a backup in the event he does drive. Maybe he has to for an emergency.
Right.
Then what do you do then? We got to have a backup plan to be certain.
I'll give you a bond or not.
Rachel, thank you so much. Come on, Earl.
I'll grab my paperwork.
All right. Thanks. You know Mr. Hebert here?
I do. Sorry. I'm here. Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a motion to revoke probation.
Yes, sir.
Alleging he failed to report in September and October of last year. Then there's a urine sample showing alcohol, admitted to using alcohol, and that was in October. Then failing to gain a SCRAM device, and he just blurted out that he's using wet, dipping the into
That was
illegal
back in the original
substances.
offense.
That was 8 years.
So
That was 8
here's
years
what
ago, Judge.
uh,
That was the original offense.
now I want he's been on probation now since 2018.
Correct.
How much time does he have credit on this? So, and there's a bond. I think I have either set a high bond or no bond.
It was just a probation hold.
Probation hold, and he's on regular probation,
I don't know if
and
there's a bond.
and you've already been found guilty. So, bond is up to this court's discretion when you're violating. It's alleged you're violating probation issues. Let's go ahead.
Mr. Hebert was moved to the high medium risk caseload earlier in 2024, I believe around August. He's been with me since August, and since then we've had a lot of problems. All of this originated with a phone call that Mr. Hebert made to my supervisor, in which he left a voicemail where he sounded very intoxicated on the voicemail. My supervisor forwarded it to me. I listened to it. His voice was slurred. He fell off, hung up. So I called him in for a random the next day, which he failed to report for. When he did finally come in, I told him about all of this. He denied the phone call. When I received that month's in-home device review or report, the date in question and the time in question, conveniently, Mr. Hebert's face was not shown as far as who blew into his device. You couldn't tell who it was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and when you look at the positives, it shows that there was a sign for alcohol at 5:15 p.m., at 5:26 p.m., and they didn't let him pass. At 5:29, it let him pass because I assumed or I felt someone else blew into the device. So because of that, I ordered him, or the court ordered him, to get a SCRAM device by a certain date. He did not do so. So then we had an administrative hearing with my supervisor, in which my supervisor gave him more time to get the device, which he also did not do. At that point, we filed this administrative hearing. Now, admittedly, he has since gotten the device. I have been able to verify that. But I told him the principle of the matter is when the court tells you to do something, you do it. So we moved forward with the MTRP.
Okay. What do we do in lieu of revoking him and sentencing him to prison for 5 years?
Well, the problem
Right
is
now,
that he's done.
Because to me, I don't trust him.
Well, and that is the problem, because in his administrative hearing, he admitted to Supervisor Patton that he had been drinking. It's one of those things where he's already been through a substance abuse program through our department. We are continuing to have these problems. He's currently on the highest level of supervision we have, and we're still continuing to have these problems. So I don't honestly have a solution other than revocation.
Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, sir. And like I said,
not good for you.
I tried to come up with the money to get this SCRAM device, but she was the data charge just couldn't come with the $400. As soon as I did, I got the SCRAM device. I told her I was trying to comply with.
I thought you were working. You're so concerned
I had
about
got
work.
a new job. I wasn't working at Panera Bread. I had got fired from that job. Then I picked up another job about a week, which was Honeybee Ham, working at the courthouse down there. Then when my first paycheck came around, I went ahead and got it.
Got what?
The SCRAM device.
So you have the SCRAM device now?
Yeah, I've been having it for about 3 months.
So what states say on this? A big sigh. It's a big sigh.
Yeah, Judge, when we get to this point, he's already gone through a lot of things that the probation office can do for him. And the big portion of the problem is the drinking.
Yes.
And with the SCRAM device, I guess, has he had any bad reports on the SCRAM device?
He has not. Admittedly, I believe he received the SCRAM mid-November, and I have not received any positive reports since since he got the SCRAM.
All right. Thank you so much.
Sure.
For all you do over there, and the other people who sometimes have to carry probationers across the finish line. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to allow you, Mr. Hebert, to be released. We still have this motion to revoke probation that is hanging over you that we're going to set for a hearing on in 4 weeks. But from here to wherever this goes, one mistake.
Final warning shot. The judge tells him, any mistake, any violation, and he'll be locked up so fast it'll make his head spin. Weekly check-ins, 0 excuses. What do you think, too strict or exactly what's needed for someone on their 5th chance?
Any mistake, we want to know about it. And the bond, there will be no bond. You will be held in custody. We can finish this hearing. And you've pretty much run out of chances with me.
Yes, sir.
But I'm talking about, I'm always concerned with you, but I'm now more concerned with everyone else who drives a vehicle and has to be on the roadway with you. If something bad happened now, it would be front page. Who's to blame? And it probably wouldn't be your picture. They'd go, who in the world felt compelled to give this guy a 5th chance, 6th chance? You've run out of chances. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any violation It's brought to me and we'll act real fast. It'll make you dizzy. If that's what we have to do to keep you from coming in here and trying to explain away your failures, that's what it will be. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But this motion still is over your head. We'll have a hearing in 4 weeks, but you're on a we're close to you. You're close to us.
I got you.
You're not given a lot of freedom anymore. You've kind of lost that part of the privilege. And how often does he report?
He reports once a month, but that's what I was about to say.
I want
Based
every
upon
week.
this,
I want him every week to report.
Okay.
But we're going to amend the condition every week until I'm satisfied that you got it. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
And then we'll have. What are we setting this motion to hearing for?
It's all technical, so whenever you want to set it, Judge. You said 4 weeks.
You said 4 weeks. What week will that be? Do you know? Well, y'all know you know.
I don't know.
I'll get with the clerk.
It's a soft setting.
Okay, thank you, because my name.
It's a soft setting, but it's real simple. We can always set it, but you could be in jail waiting if we hear something else comes down the pike, because I'm going to put you back. So we'll get an administrative hearing. We'll ask for a new motion and we'll revoke your bond.
Okay.
Because, failure is not an option here. You've got to act. And here's strange is you're only required to do what I'm required to do. That's what probation people go, oh my goodness. It's not fair. All we're saying is follow the rules. And there's some additional rules that helps you be a better person. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Anyway, you understand where we are on this?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have responsibilities.
Got
Start acting like they're more important to you than than it appears to be. They need to be very important. Your actions affect others, not just you. All right. That is all.
Thank you.
You're in recess. What do we have tomorrow?
What?
What do we have tomorrow?
We start up that trial, Judge.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do we have a docket though too?
I think we have a small docket.
Okay, I think they're coming in at 9:30.
I think so too. Ellie will get with you on the day.
Okay, because
All right.
I just got married, and I think
You got married? Congratulations.